everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited that you've chosen to join us this morning, this afternoon, this evening from wherever in the world you're tuning in. I'm so glad that you have allowed to be a part of the family, to be a part of the community. We are growing, we're getting better every day, and you are part of that growth, and I appreciate you. Today I'm very, very excited, honored, privileged, like Nzani, like who am I? Who am I that I get to host such an amazing, phenomenal person. Please join me with a lot of love to welcome my friend. In order not to kill her Butala, I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. So please join me to welcome my very, very good friend. Welcome.
Thank you, Muriel. All right, my name is Olivia Biamira. Many people call me Husky. I'm a lover. I'm a mother of two beautiful babies. I am a radio presenter. I do broadcasting and production, but currently I'm a practice manager at Alexandra Medical Center.
Oh, she forgot. She's also a professional MC.
Yes.
But it's a professional MC. For Abamu to be adding 1, 2, 2 together, but she's a professional MC. But today, my emphasis, she even started with it. I'm a lover. That's where I ended. So we're going to talk about love. I told you love excites me. Love gets me giddy with a lot of excitement. So I'm very glad, first of all, Olivia, that you agreed to be here, that you agreed to come share your story with the world. And today we're going to talk about love. But we're going to talk about love in the sense of vulnerability. They say that to love is to be vulnerable, and that speaks volumes. Like it says so much about who we need to be as people that fall in love. And I would really like us to speak about it in a general sense. Like we get into so many relationships, both platonic and those that are even deeper and more meaningful. And the reason why I thought Olivia would be a very good person to talk to us about love is she's a blogger as well, and she blogs at viola's2cents.wordpress.com. And all she does, I deviate quite a bit. Yeah, I talk about menstrual health. Husky here talks about love. So if you want to know about love, the HeartBreaks, the Abamuzuza, if you want to know about all these things, run to her blog and check it out. So as we start, are you able to tell us of an experience that is profound, especially in line with the topic of vulnerability? Like maybe a time where you wanted to be vulnerable, but it was maybe so hard, because I know that very many of us struggle with vulnerability. Or maybe a time where it was very easy, like you didn't have to overthink it, you didn't have to, yeah.
So I'll start with my very first relationship.
Sure.
So you see, when they say vulnerability, people think it's to the women.
Yeah.
Because it's emotional and mushy, but you see, even men get to be vulnerable. So the very first man I dated allowed himself to be vulnerable. I saw him cry and I didn't even know what to do in that position. Like, okay, did we have to talk about these things?
Let's stop right here.
Yes, vulnerability in love is just opening yourself up to somebody. It's almost like putting yourself at the front line on the battleground. Like I've laid everything I am at the front. Like here we are. This is us. And so for me that meant so much, because it built a bond that I couldn't have built by us just saying I love you. I knew him in out. I knew everything, what made him happy, what made him sad. Though the bits that we don't really expose to other people, that part. The problem with it though is you're not sure whether that person is going to value your vulnerability. Now that's where heartbreaks come in. Yeah. So when your heart is broken, whether you like it or not, a part of you is taken every other time. A part of you, it doesn't matter what reason you break up for, like it's just a piece, it chips away at you every other time. So as I went on, I've had like 4 relationships maybe, or 3. But as I was saying off camera, that they have had such an impact I feel like I've had 8.
8. Yeah.
It's because of the vulnerability.
Let's not talk about how many I've had.
I say that my lover, I go 250% in it.
All the relationships.
Yes, I do not know how to love you half, 50-50. I don't know how to do that. And for me, it is that this is who I am. It's a package. You take the beautiful husky, the nasty husky, the irritating husky, the OCD
Husky.
package, man. Like
Yeah.
you take all of it, and you love me like that. That is me giving you my everything. The thing with that is when it's shattered.
It's even more painful.
Yes. Now there's only one relationship that has crushed me like that, and I think it's on my blog somewhere that. I had so many people asking me questions off the blog. I'm like, guys, you don't have to know who it is. Just, I needed to tell that because my blog, I love relationships. I love love. So I hope that my story can help someone out there. It doesn't mean that because your heart has been broken, you suddenly close off. Yes. So this guy, everything was perfect. One of those movie relationships. Yeah, we understand each other. And he's like, when people say, Banyankole are not emotional, it's a lie. I tell you, he was so. You need a breath?
Yes, let's. Like I'm here thinking, what? Banyankole?
Yeah. No, you're not going to try and guess who it is. So we dated, and it was a thing of we totally understand each other.
Yeah.
So I laid my cards on the table. He laid his cards on the table.
Right from the start.
Yes,
it wasn't a
right
thing
from the
of
start.
later you figured that maybe the only way to relate is to be fully open.
Being the person that I am, there's not so much to hide. I'm a widow. I have kids. That it's like a book that's already written. So you come and you know what's up. So it was beautiful. I didn't have to think much about anything. Neither did he. It was easy. But then I've learned that a relationship is not just about two people. Whether you like it or not, it's about the family, the relatives, the friends. And so the complication came therein. Because in as much as we'd like to be in our little bubble, we had to look at his family, my family. What does this look like? And the thing that made it more painful is because we had to break up because we had to break up. It's not like we fought. No, we just had to. There was just no way.
It was going to work at the end of the day.
Yes, it's kind of like falling in love with your clanmate or stuff like that. You have no choice, but you have to.
You have to let go.
Exactly. So it was one of those that even if we moved so many
pieces of
it wasn't going to add up.
Yeah.
And so we had to
let it go.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to be in your shoes, especially at the age. But let's talk about the good times.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what it meant for you. You've mentioned that for you it is all in, yeah, and you've been heartbroken before. Mine I don't know. I think even 2 weeks. I think my heart can break. But I'm just looking. I'm the kind of person that my next relationship, I'll most likely, if I was walking at this pace, I'm going to go
slow.
Let's first figure out this step before I then go to the next. And I don't think I speak for myself, because I'm thinking when I went all out and told this person about all the skeletons in my closet, where we've been, what I've done, for example, and I know that, like, especially when you're going into marriage, those are the things they tell you to bring out everything, so that then there are no secrets going into marriage. So you speak about everything, and then probably when you break up, to the next person, I'm thinking, there's no way I'm telling him about this. There's no way I'm telling. No, actually, there is a guy I dated who I saw prospects. Like I real saw guys. We're going into. I saw the gown. I saw the guests at the wedding. But I remember that I told him about a nasty experience I had, and he didn't look at me the same, and we didn't recover from me being fully open and saying, oh yeah, this happened to me in the past. He just, like, it just refused to sit well with him, and a couple of weeks later we just called it quits. So how hard or how easy, like, do you be like me and sit back and say, because this and this happened, or because someone looked at me or scorned me because of something I did, or you just say, this is it, you either take it or leave it?
So, wow. You know when people say you're an open book, some people just say it. I really do, because I don't like wasting time. With everything I've been through, I don't like wasting time. So, unfortunately, we're going to start the conversation with the difficult side of it. Well, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years kind of thing? I have to know, because compromise exists. But I'm telling you, there are things you will not compromise on.
Yeah, true.
So your story, does that mean you stop being vulnerable? No. Because it doesn't really change your experiences, whether you tell them or not. It doesn't change them. Although I would still rather that you hear it from me than dating me and it's all beautiful and suddenly, bam, it pops up somewhere and then I have to explain backwards. So I found my healing journey actually by writing the blog. For me, it was a journey. So sometimes I can tell them, man, have you read my blog?
Like,
Because
if you
I'm
want
thinking,
to, yeah.
you're here, I'm not so sure you've read my blog, because all my nasty, what, it's there,
It's fair.
you read. But so when you come to me, it is, do you have any questions, anything you'd like me to
discuss, like, what can we?
Yes, because this is me. Unfortunately, I can't change my experiences. Yeah, although now it's worse because I've had impactful heartbreaks. Now I have to talk about the things. And the kind that sits back and analyzes. I think doing sales and marketing is really not helping me. I will sit back and analyze, what could we have done better? What part did I have to play in the success or the failure of this relationship? So the next one, I remember my first boyfriend told me I'm clingy. I was like,
Me, husky.
I really am. But then I'm thinking, fine, let's edit this clingy thing. I just messed up the next relationship, because that's who I am. I'm not going to change me just so I fit in a certain setting. Exactly. So everybody who comes through takes Muriel as a package. The compatibility, however, is a job that both of you have to do, right? But still, at the center of it is vulnerability, whether you like it or not.
You have to be
I
willing
can't
to
say I love you and there's parts of me I'm hiding from you.
Then you don't love me?
I don't, I really don't. I don't, I just feel things for you. You know, those are two different things. I need to be able to still love you even when the butterflies have left me.
Yeah.
But if I say I love you and it's just about Muriel makes me feel so young when I'm with her.
When I see him.
For someone who's been married before, those butterflies fly away. But the thing that keeps me wanting to be with you is what sticks. So if I still have things I'm hiding, I'm going to have to do such work to keep hiding them.
Yeah.
But then now it affects how I relate with you as my person.
In the long run.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do we stop being vulnerable? No. No, you don't. Because I love you and I'm willing to just be fully me around you. And if you don't accept that, then that's on you.
Like that, then it shouldn't be blamed on you.
So that man, that was on him. Maybe you had an abortion. Can you reverse it? No. Can he live past it? Yes or no? So that's on him. If he can't, then we're going to have the difficult conversation and walk our separate ways. If he can't, then walk through it. Because honestly, you can't change what you've been through. However, you can walk towards the future. Say, so I'm a widow. Can I bring him back to life? No. So I had an abortion. Can I undo it? No. Does that mean I'm going to stop, close off? There's people who do that, but that kills you the most. You've seen people who are so guarded. They've been through so many painful experiences.
They're also actually hurting more
exactly.
than...
No, you're hurting people. That's what you're giving off, because that's what you have. You've heard people say you give what you have. If I have all the love, that's what I'm going to give. If I have bitterness, it doesn't matter how many relationships I get into, that's what I'm going to give.
It's exactly what you're going to. We are a reflection of what we are.
So it is you men. I know you've had men are trash. All that is coming from a place of anger and pain. And if you listen to those people, it is somewhere. The heart is cracked. So until you heal, you cannot allow yourself to just be vulnerable.
So you can only fully be vulnerable if you deal with the pains that you've suffered in the past.
You have to deal. And for me, my way of dealing was blogging.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Because I had so much I was hiding in there, and every time I'd be just dealing. I find someone and I'm so scared. You're going to leave. You're going to hurt me. You're going to do this. Oh my God, my boyfriend did that before. My ex did that. Go away. That's all. You're dealing while relating. And sometimes we keep jumping from one relationship to another. You're never getting a break.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are anymore. You don't know what you're about. You don't know what it's like to be by yourself. So you're just hopping from one to another. So every time, what we like to call flags, if it shows up, you run. Because you're like, I know that.
I've seen that before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're hurting. You're not dealing. So you find yourself in 10 relationships. And
what are you trying to say about me?
I don't know. I was not counting.
Okay, so mine were not three.
Because at the end of the day, you're the constant in this relationship.
Yeah.
Not the men.
Not the men.
You're the constant. So what do you need to do differently? Yes.
Do you think that if that communication plays a big role in us being vulnerable? Like I could be the kind of person who maybe we're out having coffee, and then when you're trying to feel like an awkward silence, and then I just say, oh, by the way, I probably I don't know what would be so bad. Like you just throw it there. And let the person deal with it, or it should be maybe intentional. That I've done this before with someone. We've had we call them safe spaces.
Yeah.
Like we had a special name for the spaces. So within those spaces, you can say anything. Like, would you recommend that maybe you get to learn the other person first before you start to just say something, depending on probably their temperaments and things like that, or just be you and let them catch up?
Love is communication. How do you love without communicating? Vulnerability falls in there as well. If we can't communicate, you've seen couples that have inside jokes. Like, love is communication. We understand each other with or without the words. So sometimes it could work for you that you just slap things on the table and be like, you did what? Okay, fine, let's walk through it. Whilst others, you need to really prepare them and say, okay, I need to tell you something so that they're mentally ready for it. Now, for me, when someone says, I need to talk to you, goodness,
yeah.
I can't live past that minute. Like, I'll have rumbling in my tummy.
Work stops.
I can't focus.
Yeah,
I can't focus. Yeah, so you have to understand your person. And there's that saying of, I hid it from you because I was trying to protect you. I hate it. Protect me from what? From yourself. Then you're not vulnerable. And for the men, I think that's why they do it, because we have a tendency to use it against them after. So he's come to you so safely and he's telling his person all this. Then some fight you have later on, you're like, even!
So, you remember when you did this.
And we're different personalities. But also, if you read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, you'll understand that we deal differently. Naturally. Before we even get into personalities, we deal differently. So for him, when he does that and you do that, he's done. For the women, I don't know why we don't understand. We don't learn. We'll come back.
We'll first go back.
Yeah. We
think about it. Then say, oh, so this is what he meant. Exactly. Then you come back to
So you need to understand your person.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't communicate, again, you don't love each other. You don't. You can't keep sweeping everything under the carpet and then look fancy on social media. It catches up. It always catches up.
At some point.
Yes. So you're safer laying it all out, and then you deal.
You begin to deal
then
with
you
it
start
together.
your journey knowing everything about yourself. Even along the way, you don't stop being vulnerable. You see, I had a relationship where it's okay to say, look, I've seen a hot guy and I have a crush.
Oh, like,
did
you say that?
Right? Yeah, so you deal. You talk about it, you're like, hey, that guy. Then you deal. But because I've spoken to him about it, I'm not going to fuel it.
Yeah.
It means I want to work on it. It doesn't mean that because you're in a relationship, your emotions are dead. You're not going to see handsome or beautiful people. It's going to happen.
Or that people won't actually try to,
So it's, I talk to you about it so that you can help me deal with it. That is vulnerability. Yeah, so for me, I can't love without being vulnerable. I don't know what that is.
So vulnerability is laying all cards on deck and him or her being able to pick up
and
Each of
just
us,
pick your
yeah,
package and
and
be
take
like, this
and
is
take
my
all
person.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there one thing that you could tell to people out there who are probably looking for love, whose hearts have been broken, people who are going through phases of healing, and like just one word of encouragement to someone out there?
Keep going. Like I've been broken so many times, but even right now I can still love. I will do it. I'm those people who cry during movies, like it's messed up. But look, don't stop loving. Don't change you for anyone or anything. Like love, love, and after you've been crushed so much, keep loving.
Love again.
Yes.
They say it takes a lot of courage to love after a heartbreak. So if you're out there and you're struggling and you're telling yourself that you're going to love again, you are the most courageous person. You're the bravest person in the world right now. So as Husky has said, let's love, 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 and love. Like, don't stop loving, because in being vulnerable, we are actually loving. You can't give half love. Like, you can't give half of yourself and keep the other half for something else or for someone else. So let's love and love fully, and be willing to take risks. Yeah, I think it's to love is also a very, very big risk. Yeah, because you're giving yourself and you're trusting that whatever unknown exists, that you can still live through it. Thank you so much, Husky, for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to tell us about Sam Gudu. I'm going to follow up this conversation to know who this Munyankole man is that changed your life. But thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your story. To our viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, remember to share this video with your friends, and know that while she has her story, I have my story, you too have a story, and your story can change the world. And let's change the world one story at a time. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye.